I have very little time, so I think Shireen forgot to mention that those who sit in front make more money. Have you not noticed that all the big shots always sit in front? Yeah. So if some of you like to move, you can come. Okay. And thank you for joining us online too, to the online audience. So I have only half an hour, so I'm going to talk about winning conversations. Can we lower the mic? I think it's a bit loud, isn't it? Okay. How many of you find that some conversations can be very frustrating? Come on, yeah. So, what is frustrating? Tell me. Sorry? I can't hear you. Different views. Okay, so different views. Yeah, I know the differences are there, but what is frustrating? Repeating. So, I heard you already. Why you keep telling me? Okay. Okay, what else? What else? That's an example. That's a good example. Complain. Yeah, always. Why is it always like this? So it's kind of like I'm scared to say hello because I will hear a complaint, right? Okay. What else? What else? What is frustrating about conversations? Not listening. Yeah. Especially those children, right? Tell them they don't listen. Yeah. Correct. Yes, sir. Uh huh. What they don't do it or from your side? So trying to get your point across. And what happens when you don't? You lose them. Yeah. Yeah. Can't you see I'm trying to tell you something, right? You don't seem to understand me, okay? Yeah. Don't say what they mean. They want something, but they hint, hint, right? Yeah. Sorry? Beat around the bush, yes, yes. Okay, so how many of you who want to have more effective conversations? Okay, okay. So let's see. So I'm going to ask you a question. How many of you sometime in your life, probably when you were quite young, you told yourself, I swear when I grow up, I will not talk like mommy like that. Or daddy, How many of you remember saying that? When I grow up and be a parent, I'm not going to treat my children like that. How many of you do that? Come on, put up your hand. Don't be shy. Most of the hands should be up. Okay. How many of you who put up your hand and say, I swear never to be like my mom or my dad, today discovered you have become your mom or dad? So that is the beginning of winning conversation because that is what's happening to you that is very frustrating. So everything you said about frustrating from the other side, you are also part of it, right? The nagging and so on, right? Okay. So tonight I'm going to give you a little tool, just one tool, to shift that conversation. So for this, I need to exaggerate the problem. So I would like 2 volunteers, okay? 2 volunteers to come out and act out. It's very easy to act out because you know it. You know it because that's you, all right? So let me tell you the scenario first, then we see which volunteer is willing to come up and do that, okay? So one person will be... come. Let's have a chair. Let's have a chair here. Come. Give a chair here. Come. All right. So I will say the 2 roles, and you decide which one you want to play, okay? Have a seat. Come. Okay. Another volunteer come up anytime. Now, so one person will play mom or dad. Okay, one person will play mom or dad. And the other person will play maybe a 8-year-old child, right? And the scenario is the mom or dad is very focused on education. If my child doesn't do his homework or her homework, then they are not going to get good marks. And if they're not going to get good marks, they're not going to pass the exam. If they don't pass the exam, they're not going to get a job. If they're not going to get a job, they will be a failure in life. Do your homework, okay? Behind all that is all this scenario. When they say do the homework, it's very loaded. It's like thinking all their entire life already, right? So You want to play the mom or the child? Okay, experience as a mom, right? Okay, you can play the mom. Let's have a child. Someone who remembers when you were young, do your homework. Later lah, I got my game. Who can do that? Come. Okay, give it a hand. Thank you. Yeah, 8 years old. You know how 8-year-olds are like? They are better than the adults, than the grown-ups, right? Because they got nothing to do all day except learn how to frustrate the parents. How many of you parents feel like that? Yeah, I provide for my children and then that's all they do all day. Okay, so you're going to play it like make it real, right? You need this little boy to do the homework and you use whatever method you want. And the thing is, if you don't, you will fail as a mother. You get what I mean or not? This is what drives us, right? Yeah, you fail as a mother. And also, you need to, for his sake lah, you know. Next time you grow up, you're not going, He's 8 years old. Okay. So you don't feel like it lah. I mean, which 8-year-old feel like doing homework, right? Especially boys. Yeah. You know what to do, right? And how you wriggle and all that, up to you. Make it real. Have a laugh about it, exaggerate, but make it real lah. Okay, so does someone have a stopwatch? We do it for about a minute. Okay. So you start the conversation with, boy, do your homework, or whichever way you ask them to do a homework lah, and then you know what to do. Ready? Go.
Hi, boy. You told me that you are going to hand over some homework to teacher today. What about that? I don't see you doing anything.
Huh?
Hey, are you listening? I'm asking you, where is the homework you're supposed to hand up? Teacher will.
I'm hungry.
Hey, come on.
I'm
please.
hungry.
Hungry or what? I already cooked for you already, what?
Let's eat.
Eat what? What you want to eat?
I want to eat.
Every day you're eating. Every time non-stop. Huh? How can? You're too fat already. You must have more brain. More knowledge onto your brain, not to your stomach.
I'm scared.
Scared of what?
I'm scared.
Scared of me beating you? Still, I'm going to tell your dad when he comes back.
No, don't tell Daddy.
Then I would go and tell your teacher.
Okay, give him a hand. Don't go away yet. Have a seat. Yeah. Give him a hand. Okay. Was that real? Right? He could be talking, I don't feel like it, whatever it is. And she also ran out of things to say, right? Yeah. So this is a kind of conversation that can carry on forever one, right? And is the homework done? No. This is what is called drama. Drama. Okay. So how many of you have dramas like this in life? Okay. How many of you have dramas between people in the office? Husband and wife, spouses, family, and all that, right? And the drama is always, they can talk, but nothing changes, right? Nothing changes. So you could have an office situation, right? Where the boss will ask the subordinate, it's Monday, right? Yeah. So, have you done, the work I gave you on Friday, have you finished? So that's a request to find out whether it's finished, right? But does the staff say, yes, I finished, or no, I haven't finished? They don't say that, right? They say, no lah, I don't have enough time. So they go into excuses straight away. And then the boss will say, I've always told you, don't leave things to the last minute. You always leave things to the last minute. And then the drama continues already. No, I don't always do that. You give me too much work. Where I got too much work? And then they start a lot of other stories, okay? All right. So here is the drama. So I'm going to give you the trick to stop the drama, okay? So what you're going to do is, you're going to start the same way. Why do your homework? And you're going to do whatever you do, okay? Then halfway through, only after 20 seconds you wave. halfway when you see her wave, halfway through, you make a request for information.
Information.
Ask. Because all along, what's she doing? Telling. So you're going to stop halfway through, you tell, and then you know it's not working, you're going to ask a question. Now, the question is, what question do you ask? So I'm going to ask you, so when you talk this way to him, what are some of the assumptions? This question is to everybody. When you are talking, when mom is talking to the child about the homework, do your homework, boy, all right? And the boy says, don't want, pretend not to know or whatever. What are some of the assumptions the mom is making about the homework?
Not done.
Not done. Maybe he's done it. Right? What other assumptions? Think about it. Think about it. What other assumptions? You see, every night you get homework already, so you're used to it. So you always ask, do homework. Right? But you're assuming. No, what is your assumption? Assumption is not done. Assumption that he has homework, right? What other assumptions? That he knows what to do. Therefore, he doesn't want to do it is the biggest assumption. That's an assumption. Right? Now, if you're a child, 8 years old, and your mom decides that you actually don't want to do homework, which is not true, right? No. If you are the child and you feel it's assumed, then it's going to be like, I was going to do my homework. Now you ask me, I don't want to do. You see what I mean? Because he's not about doing the homework. He's upset that mom is assuming. Especially, mom and dad always use the word, you always don't want to do your homework one. Like that. You see, inside it's like where got always, you see? Yeah. Okay? So the assumption. So based on assumption, you have missing information, right? So what is the missing information? You don't know what the homework is, right? For example, you don't even know whether there is homework. So you slow down your tone halfway through the conversation, and what sort of question can you ask that will get rid of your assumption? About homework. But that's a good question because you assume he's eaten. But but the assumption is about homework. So you can ask a question about homework. So what sort of questions do you ask?
Boy, I assume that you have
No, yeah.
Assume you have.
Do you actually have any homework today, right? Something like that, right?
Okay.
Something like that, lah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what is called a neutral request for information. Yeah. Right. So you're going to play again, and this time I want you to get in touch with your feelings. Okay, with your feelings, and you guys also observe because it will affect you emotionally. So you go on for 20 seconds, and when you get into the mood already, then you suddenly realize it's not working. Then you make that neutral request for information. And the moment he makes that request, I want you to kind of like be aware of how you feel, whether it makes any difference or not. And you guys can watch drama, see what happens. Okay? Right? So get the old drama going first. Then make that neutral request for information when you realize you are assuming the whole drama just now. Then you realize you're making an assumption and you just say, okay, let me not get upset. Let me just ask. Then you ask the question. Then after that, continue the conversation, see where it goes. Right? But I want you to note the moment the request for information is made, what is the feeling? What's your reaction? What do you observe here? Okay, ready? So probably 20 seconds or 30 seconds, you wave. When you see wave, that means you change your mood and ask the question. Okay, let's go.
Hi, boy. You're supposed to do your homework today. What happened? Huh? Did you? Hey, you're not listening. Hey.
Wait.
Hey, I got no time, man. I'm asking you a question. You better answer.
What?
Hey, what are you doing there? Playing games again?
Hold on.
Yeah, cannot, man. You're supposed to. Hey, hi, boy. Hey, sweetie. Are you listening?
What lah?
No, I want to ask
Die
you.
already.
No, I want to ask you. Do you have homework given you?
2 more pages only. After, let me win the game, then I will do it.
Okay. In that case, can you do it since it's such a short homework? Why you do it then leave this game alone?
Your hand. Wait,
Hey, don't see that.
2 more pages only.
No lah. You let me know. Do you have homework or not?
Yes, 2 more pages only.
Then, okay, these 2 pages, right?
Okay, give them a hand. Okay, come, have a seat. Very good, very good. Real or not? Real, right? Okay, have a seat, have a seat. Okay.
So much nagging.
So there was nagging, and then she stopped and asked, actually, how much homework do you have? What was your feeling? What's the feeling that made you like, okay, I answer lah. Because before that, you're not answering. Later. So what was the feeling? What difference did it make for you in terms of your feeling, such that you actually stopped to actually answer? Because before that, you're not responding to her, you're just saying go away, basically.
At first, it was like, she's going to say something that I'm not going to understand. Then after that, she tends to have a conversation with me. So I was like listening a bit, like I try to answer, like, yeah, I got 2 more pages.
Okay. So what's the difference in the feeling you all felt the moment she asked a simple question? Care? Yes? So you can imagine him, that here is a genuine question, not nagging. And boys are sensitive, children are sensitive, they spot it straight away. Care? I answer you. It's off the pattern already. What else? What's the feeling you guys got kind of feel when you watch this? Soft approach, gentle, tender, okay? Good, yeah.
No,
Want to help, try to be understanding.
exercise your voice, huh?
Concern, yes. Care, concern. Yeah, what else? Correct, yes. That whatever went on before didn't matter anymore. It's like, oh, okay, 2 pages only. Then back to the game lah. Then mom forgot to be neutral. Hey, you must do. If you only 2 pages, might as well do it. Because what she said would be already expected, right? Because it's back to the homework.
It's every day.
Okay. So give them a big hand. Thank you very much. That was fantastic acting. Oscar prizes for them. Yeah. Okay, so do you notice that the mom had a kind of voice, which is, I would call, the warning voice. The finger, the warning voice. The concern. Now, it's all from sincere concern, actually. That's why we get into trouble, because she is driven by, I must get him to do the homework, otherwise die, basically. Because, you go through the sequence of events, no homework, don't pass exam, cannot get job, then cannot earn money, cannot feed themselves, and then die, right? So ultimately, it's a fear of death. So all that behind her, what do you expect her to say? Something sensible? No. Get the homework done. Cane if necessary, or try all sorts of ways to do it. The child, on the other hand, can become whiny. So one is warning, the other one become whiny. Why you nag me? It's like I don't have good feelings. So the child is based on feelings, as you know. They're young, they don't know how to control your feelings. But 8 years old, you expect them to control their feelings and talk logic to you. They don't. Okay? So one voice is the telling voice. The other voice is more like the protest, the automatic resistant, automatic reaction. And when you have these 2 voices, you are doomed. You're doomed. How many of you do sales? Okay. You talk aggressively, right? They stop calling you back, right? Right or not? Right? As I said to Polly, you push further, they go into the witness protection program. Their phone number, no more reply. Okay? That's when you push. Then when you're gentle and nice with them, right? They talk to you, but they don't buy one. Okay, you're nodding your head. Yes, right? So between these two, you are doomed because these two voices don't work. And the reason they don't work is because they are automatic voices from your past. Remember I said you have become your father or mother? So she would be, and if he was a father, he would talk exactly like her. Right? You know that, right? Yeah. So exactly like her. Because it's automatic. It's a default. It's what we've grown up with. How do you know how to be parents? By the way you were parented, lah. Because that's why you end up looking at yourself and I'm doing exactly to my son what they did to me, you know? Yeah. So because it is from automatic, that means you learned it in the past, that voice is in the past. So what you are dumping on what you're dumping on him is everything from the past. For him, the 8-year-old boy who is in his game, he's in the present. Your past has no relevance for him. That's why they don't listen. But the moment you ask a question which is about the homework today, they suddenly, oh, 2 pages left. Because you are now connected to the present. And children are present. They don't understand your past. Right? So when you interrupt with a request for information is always in the present. Actually, do you have any homework? Click. 2 pages left. That means he's done some of the work already, you see? Yeah. Does that make sense? Okay. So this third voice is the key to winning conversations. So I might as well explain what winning is. Right? So winning conversation is not about winning the argument. Not about that. It's about winning the other person over. Yeah. So in any situation where you have the drama, you interject and look, you pause and look. What are the assumptions I'm making here? Yeah. So in the example between the boss and the staff earlier I gave, have you finished the work I gave you on Friday? So if the staff says, I have too much work, if the boss get hooked into the drama, the boss will say, well, it's because you don't plan your work properly. Haven't I always, the telling voice is always, right? Haven't I always told you not to leave things to the last minute? But you never listen. When kids or staff hear never and always, not always what? Where got never? Then they get very frustrated because when I actually do it for you, you never notice. Okay? So that's the key. And that's all I have time for. So I will answer your questions. So let's see how much you got out of this today. So it's a very short presentation. Okay, thank you. Thank you.